Hi everyone, welcome. It's Monday night, 8 p.m. Eastern, so it's time for Stamping with Denise. So glad you're joining me. We are going to make a fun card tonight. It's a little more involved than ones I usually make, but every once in a while I like to do that. So before we get started, please, if you like my video, give me some hearts. Facebook likes the hearts better than the thumbs up. Also, if you share my video, please comment share down in the comments and you might win the card I make tonight. If you recall last week, I made this cute card. And this goes out to Elizabeth Brown. So Elizabeth, I will get this card out to you as soon as possible. If you're watching on YouTube, welcome. Please subscribe to my channel. Then hit the little blue bell so you're notified when I upload a new video. And I do that most every Monday evening, okay? So I think couple things. We have just a couple weeks left of celebration. Remember, there's some new items that Stampin' Up! Has out on the available to earn as free celebration items. They're items from the annual catalog, but you have to use, when you're ordering online, you have to use the number in the flyer. It's here on my Facebook page. I posted it last Tuesday. I think I posted it on the 7th. So in order to earn it for free, you have to use the celebration number that's been assigned to it, not the one from the annual catalog. So make sure you do that. When I change my view down to my hands, you'll see my web page for my online store and my host code. Make a purchase of $35 or more and you'll get a gift from me if you use the host code. So with that being said, I think we're going to get started. I hope I have everything gathered. Like I said, this card's a little more involved. And sometimes, it means more pieces, but I tried to keep it all together so I didn't have any trouble. So let's switch my view and get started. Tonight, we are going to make a fun shaker card. And this uses the Warm Welcome stamp set and dies. Let me grab the dies and the dies. So these are what we're going to be using tonight. And when I saw this, I've been wanting to make a shaker card, and so finally got around to it. Okay, so let's get started on that here. I'm gonna need those dies. Want to follow my directions so I do things in a good order. So this card base we're going to use Thick Whisper White. It's 5.5 by 8.5, and of course we are folding this in half. Okay, and give it a nice crease. Okay, and we're going to put that off to the side. We probably won't come back to this till the very end. Okay, then the next step is I used the brick and mortar embossing folder, and I embossed a piece of, this is also Thick Whisper White, and this is 5.25 by 4 inches. I decided to use the thicker basic white for this layer just because it's going to be, it's a little more of an interactive card, and I wanted to make sure it stood up, that it didn't that it could handle the extra, play it's going to get and stuff like that. So, and in a full disclosure, there's a couple items I'm using that are retired. I will let you know what those are, but we're going to go through. I'm going to show you how I did this. So, I showed you the embossing folder. And I just made sure that when I lined it up, I lined the bottom of it up along one of the edge of the bricks, just because I thought it looked a little nicer. So now I have a piece of, this is a scrap from some retired designer series paper. I don't remember the name of it, but it was the one that had a lot of textures like stone and wood and stuff. But I thought this gray was perfect to kind of be the ground for our card, okay? And this is a 1/2 inch thick, and it's 6 inches wide. I'm gonna leave it there for now. We'll trim it off after we attach it. And this is just gonna help us ground our picture, as you can see right there. Okay. So what I want to do, and I'm doing this first because this will help you give you placement for your doorway. Okay. Okay, perfect. And then I'm just going to trim these couple of these ends off here. You know, if you don't have this designer series, scraps of this designer series paper, I think you could just use, I think that's like a basic gray piece of cardstock, and that would work too. But this has just a little bit of texture in it, so I thought I would use that. Okay, so now the next thing we're going to do is cut the opening for the door, okay? And we're going to use, out of the stamp set, or the dies, we're going to use this die right here, okay? I have these little pieces of washi tape on here because I wanted to make sure I used the right dies for the right thing. So, and then I cut, and then this is the piece that's going to cut out the whole door itself, okay? But see, you have to make sure you place your door opening where you want it, okay? So what I did was I cut this out of a piece of scrap. This is not even Stampin' Up. This is just a piece of scrap, so that I made sure I could put this in the right place, okay? And so we're looking at about right here. Okay, that gives us a little edge here. I could even move it over just a skosh. Okay. And then I want it so that the opening is right at the top of this edge of this DSP. So if I kind of push it down, the cutting edge will catch on that DSP, okay? So let me use a piece of washi tape here to just hold this in place, okay? So that's why I use this. This is just kind of a template to make sure I have it centered or positioned correctly, you know, toward the left, because I didn't want to accidentally move it over too far and then my door's hanging off my card. That wouldn't work. So that'll be there. So that was just, you know, if it helps you, that's great. If not, no worries. I'll be perfectly honest, when I did it the first time, I just kind of took the stamp and looked at it. So let me pull up my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. Now, because this is a larger die, I had to bring my big machine up, okay? The Big Boss, I've heard some people call. And let me bring over my plates. And I want to show you right now. Yep, my top plate it cracked. It was warped, got too much pressure, it cracked. But you know what? I still use it because you know what? Now it's a whole lot flatter than it was. So I just try not to put anything that I'm die cutting on that crack space. But other than that, it's okay. No, you don't need to throw it out. So I'm going to put this here, feed that in there. Okay. Come back here, I'm just going to take that die off of there. This piece of paper is just scrap paper. When I put washi tape on to hold a die, I try to put it so that it's on the part that I'm going to discard, so that I don't accidentally rip my paper. Okay, let me put this over here. Hold on, I gotta make more room. Okay, so there we go. There's that. And you can see that my door opening is right at the bottom. So when we die cut the door and put it on here, it looks like it's gonna fit just perfect, okay? So now the next step we're gonna do is, okay, take a piece of Sahara sand. This piece is about 3 inches by about 4 inches, okay? Get my foam mat. Let me get I have everything in a basket over here. I didn't lay it all out because I had so much stuff. So my Memento ink pad and my stamp. You can see it's the door. It's going to go right on there, and then we're going to die cut it out. Hopefully that's big enough. Yeah, that'll work. So it's about 3 by 4 inches. And again, you can use whatever color you want for your door. You could use a red door if you wanted to. I just went with kind of a neutral, let me get it pulled back in, brown door, okay? And so I used Sahara sand. My goal was to keep the colors light and bright, okay? I didn't want anything too dark. Okay. Let me put this right on here. Okay. Perfect. Okay. Get this out of the way. Now we're going to have to die cut again. We got 2 things to die cut. The first thing we're going to do is die cut the whole door here. So I just want to make sure I get it placed well. Sorry if my head is in the camera. Get a little piece of this washi tape. See, I'm going to attach it to the part that I'm going to discard. And let me bring my Stamp and Cut and Emboss machine back, my big one. Let me see here. Put that on there. Run that through. I should have put it in a bit of an angle so I didn't get this big thud. That's because the rollers are popping off this straight edge. If I had turned it to the side, it wouldn't have done that. And you'll see what I mean here in a minute. I can do it for the next one. There we go. There's my doorway. Take this piece of washi tape off. And now we're going to use the same, this is the, sorry here, this is the same die we used to cut this hole. And we're going to place that right in there. Let me make sure I've got it even. I got to stand up. And again, whoops, I am going to adhere it with a little piece of washi tape there. Okay, now I'm show you. I'm going to turn it. Whoops, the whole thing sideways, and it won't make the thud like the last one did. That helps. See how much nicer that is. So, but sometimes I forget. Okay, so there we go. I'll take that off of there. That's just trash. Get the dye out of the way. Okay. And there we are. There's our door. We are going to put the door on. It's this little part where there's kind of a corner there. That's the top. Where it's even, that's the bottom. Okay. So put that out of the way. This is going to go right here. The hole you cut out of your door is going to line up with the hole that you put in your white cardstock, okay? And because this is narrow, I am going to use I'm going to use my Tombow glue, and I want to get a piece of scrap paper here. Hold on. As remember, I showed you last time, if you get too much glue on something, you can just kind of wipe it off on a piece of scrap paper so it doesn't ooze out. So that's what I want to do here. I think I'm going to hold these with like that. Let me get my glue. Make sure. There we go, it started. Okay. And I'm going to go around this part here. And I want to make sure that my edges get adhered down well. So I'm going to make sure, I'm just going to move this glue around there. There's plenty of glue, I just want to make sure it gets moved around there. Okay, let's try that. I don't think I have too much on there that I need to tap any off, but we'll see here. So then I'm just going to lower this down. Perfect. Perfect. Let's see. Tiny bit around the edges, but not a problem. Nice job. There we go. Put that up there. So, did you notice the handle, my door handle? Yeah. I think that's pretty cool. We're going to do that too. I should have cut that out ahead of time, really. But for this, I have this little die here. Okay, and I'm going to use a piece of this. This is just a piece of scrap. Let's see, where's the package? It's gold and rose gold texture. Oh, here it is. It's called Gold and Rose Gold 6x6 Metallic Specialty Paper. That's what the rose gold looks like. But this piece is so small, you could just use it out of a scrap. You know, you might have some gold color off of some salvage, you know, from the edge of from a paper pumpkin kit or some other kit. I mean, obviously this is a piece of scrap. So, and for a piece this small, there's a lot of good usable material yet. See, I'm going to put it right in this corner here. There we go. See, I could even get a piece out of up there probably. I really like this textured gold better than the gold foil, because if you get a scratch on it, it doesn't show because it's got that metallic on, it's got that texture on it. I really hope they bring this back. I like this a lot. Pull this out here. Okay. And again, this is small. I'm going to use my Tombow glue. Just trying to put a little, okay, where's my scrap paper here? I just kind of want to blot it off. There we go. All of my big dots got off. Okay, where's my card? Here it is. And it goes on just like this. There we are. Okay, let's see now. What's next? Piece of window sheet. Okay, and this, a lot of people don't know about this. Window sheet is just like clear plastic, and it's good for so many things. You can, when you purchase it, it comes in you get two 12 by 12 sheets. It lasts a long time, okay? The one thing when working with window sheet though, you'll see your adhesive, like if you use Tombow with it. So it's not my favorite thing to use. I don't like to use Tombow on it. For this, I'm actually going to use the tear and tape because, again, this card is going to get some action. It's got these little pieces. I'm going to make sure my window sheet stays intact, or it doesn't come apart. So this piece here is about 2 by 3 3/4. So I am going to put tear and tape all around the outside edge. Okay, I know you guys cannot see it. Okay, I know you guys can't see it, but you will once I get it started here. Now I'm going to peel this back because I want them to overlap. You'll see what I mean here. I mean, they don't have to overlap. I just want them to. There we go. Pull this corner up. So something like this, you know, this kind of adhesive is good for the window sheet, and I like the glue dots would be okay, but I'd be afraid a piece of sequins that we're going to use to make the shaker part of the card might kind of find its way and sneak its way out, okay? And this stuff sticks. Okay, one more. I'm going to pull this one back. I'm going to pull this one back. There we go. I think it's been about a year since I've done a shaker card on a live. I think I did one last year when we had the mini catalog and we had those rainbow dies. I did a couple of, or at least one shaker card. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead, take this backing off of here. Okay, get that trash out of the way. And I'm just going to layer this so that my door is completely covered with window sheet. Look at that. With the size of the window sheet that I cut, which I said was 2 by 3 3/4, the 2 inches, if you put the tear and tape exactly at the edge of the window sheet, it will take you right to the edge of this door, okay? So it's pretty close there. I don't know what I've got on there. It's not always forgiving. I am going to take, I don't think it's adhesive, but hold on, I'm sorry. I am going to get, I have a little alcohol pad. I'm going to very carefully run this. I don't want to catch my cardstock, but just to clean that up a little bit. And alcohol is going to dry really quickly, but just kind of clean that up a little bit. I think I got off of it. Try that. So there we go. Okay. Now we can start on, we're going to work on the back side. Now the next thing we're going to use, again, kind of a sleeper in the catalog, are foam adhesive strips. They're back with the adhesives. The item number is 141825. Okay, and you get a pack of, there's 40 strips, and these are 9 1/4 long, and gosh, what are they? About 1/8 of an inch wide, okay? And they're perfect for this. So you're gonna peel one off of here. You know, if you're doing a curved shape, like you know, when I did rainbows last year, or you're doing something else, they'll go around curves easily. Because this is square, I'm going to cut it. I'm not going to try to go around the corner. I'm just going to cut it and butt it up against. So what you can see is I have put that edge of that right at the edge of the window sheet. See, you might be able to see a little bit on the inside, but not bad. And then I'm just going to snip it off. Okay? And again, you want to make sure that these are all butted up against each other very tight so that your little goodies on the inside don't come off. Okay? Or they don't come out, they don't sneak out. I mean, I could probably have made these corners and done it all in one piece, but when it's square like this, okay, is this going to be long enough? Just a little short. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to save this piece for now. I'm going to get another piece that's longer. I think I measured, and had I done this and not overlap these sides, I think it would have been exactly the right length. Oh, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do it this way, because that one I cut off even, so. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to put this piece back on here for now. But what I'm going to do is use some of these pieces, and they'll be what instead of dimensionals, I'll use these on my card back, okay? Because I know they're going to be the same thickness. Whoops, that one took off on me. Because sometimes things are different thicknesses. You may have heard me talk about that sometimes the dimensionals from the paper pumpkin are a little bit thicker than the ones we get, the regular ones we get out of the catalog. So there we go, there's that. And I'm going to cut a little piece of this one off here and do this. Oh, something I wanted to mention is if you are local to me, my classes, my in-person class, my next one is this weekend. So please, I need to RSVP by tomorrow. That's Tuesday the 14th. Oh, happy Valentine's Day, everybody. Okay. So if you want to come to my class on Saturday, it's from noon to 2. I need an RSVP by tomorrow the 14th. Okay. So now for the inside, all of the goodies, we are going to use the For Everything Fancy Sequins. I don't know if you've seen these. I think I used these before. I love these sequins. We've got some blue, some yellow, or some blue, some pink, and some green. Okay. Oh, I know what we need to do too. I need to put in my background right here. I use this piece. I'm gonna be honest, this is a piece of retired cardstock, note card from the last catalog. It was the note cards you could buy, and it's a retired piece, but it was perfect. I wanted to keep kind of the subtle, you know, lighter tones, so I just grabbed it and used it, okay? And we're gonna put that on there so it's right behind our window. Okay, someone's gonna ask me the measurement on this one. You know, it doesn't have to be exact. This one's 2 3/4 by 3 1/2. Okay. I'm just gonna set this down right here. I'm gonna put this on where it's gonna go. And I think that works perfect right there. Okay. Now, we're gonna take this and I'm going to take some of the green ones. I'm going to use all 3 colors because I like all 3 colors together, and I'm going to put some in there. Okay. Make sure I get everything off of my... I've got 2 goals. To not spill them all over the floor and to not mix up my colors, okay? So hopefully I don't get any green in my pink. But I'm going to get a little handful of pink here. And... I think you could use this card. I know the one that I made says welcome, but you know what? I feel like it could be a thinking of you card. I still think it could, if you wanted it to be a birthday card, you could put happy birthday on it. You could use just one color of these. If you wanted to, but I like them all mixed up. And I'm filling mine pretty full. So I like, hold on, I'm trying to get it, all my pieces in there. You know what, I guess it really doesn't matter because now this part, I know there has to be a better way to do this. I just haven't quite figured it out yet. Remember, I want to put this on here and I want it even. You know what I did? I ended up doing when I made this one. I filled this, put what I wanted, then I dumped it on here, most of it. Just kind of piled it up in the center of my area here. And then I attached the card front. You'll see. I'm sure there's a better way, I just have not thought of it. Get all my little pieces here. Okay, I think I'm trying to keep any of it from being underneath my adhesive strips. So you can see I'm just kind of pushing it there in the center. Some of that stuck to the window sheet, and that's okay. So I'm going to take my adhesive or the backing off of here. My nails are short. I'm having a hard time getting the backings off. I saw some people make some shaker cards, and in our mini catalog there's these little dragonfly trinkets, and they put a couple of those in there, and I thought that was really cute. But I didn't purchase those. So, but that was another idea. Ugh. Okay. Let's get here. Okay. So my goal right now is to just get this in my, there we are. Oh, I've got stuff stuck to me. So, it's not exactly even. Not as even as I'd like, but I don't think I'm going to get it off of there. So, okay. It's kind of like glitter. Okay, so there you go. There's that. But I still think it looks cool. And I may trim this edge down just a little bit so it's not as off. It's a little crooked, which does not make me happy. Wait a minute, something's coming. Is it coming out or no? I think it was just along the edge and didn't end up in the... Okay. Let's get those out of the way here. Sorry. Okay, let's finish decorating our card. So, you can see I've got a cute little cat on there. It's already stamped. I just use the dark So Saffron blend to make a cute little kitty. The stamp set does have other options. You know, there's the gifts. Put that right there for you. There's the gifts. You could even put a hand in there with flowers. I basically just wanted to show you how to do a shaker card, and then your imagination. You can do what you want with, you know, using your imagination. Okay, we've got this, and we have one more thing we have to do, and that is our welcome sign. So for that, we are using this die for the little, to hold the sign up. This die here will be what we use to cut out our welcome sign. And this is a piece of the current designer series paper out of the catalog. The name escapes me right now, but I thought that with the little tulips on there, it looked very welcoming. So let me get my welcome out. We might be able to even do all of these at one time. We'll see. So I'm using Knighted Navy to stamp welcome right in the middle of this little piece of designer series paper. Again, this could just be a piece of cardstock, you know, piece of balmy blue cardstock. I just thought the little tulips, the very light color, made it pop. Okay, so we've got that. That's gonna go on here, just like that. Let me put a piece of tape, or yeah, washi tape on there. The cat die, where's the cat die? Here it is. It goes right, I can get that one centered right. I'm not even a cat person, but I think that cat's kind of cute. And then this is gonna go in there. And I think we can probably do all three of those at one time. Okay, move everything out of the way here, and then okay, put that right. I think I'll put it right there. I like when we can do multiple things at once. Okay. While I'm doing this, just a reminder that the current annual catalog ends around the end of April, very beginning of May. So if there's anything you want out of it, you need to, be thinking about picking that up. If there's any of the retiring in color cardstock, any re-inkers, things like that. Because I'll tell you, re-inkers sell out fast. So I strongly suggest you get those soon. Okay. There's that. And here's our welcome home sign. Okay. Okay, I think I got everything now. Where's my card I'm working on? Here's this one. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I am going to put the cat down, and I think I'm going to use glue dots on it. No, I don't need glue dots. I was going to use glue dots, but I can use this right here, this adhesive, because it's going to go right here on the edge of my door, just to greet everybody who's coming in. Okay, now I have my little sign hanger bow, which I think is just adorable. I love this. Again, I'm going to use my Tombow glue, and this one I'll definitely have to blot off because it will certainly want to ooze out, because this is such a narrow piece here. So just want to make sure I get good glue coverage. Here's my piece of scratch paper. There we go. We're going to hang our welcome sign right like that. There we go, and here's our welcome sign. And that I can use seal with. Now, a lot of times something like the cat or the sign we would have put up on dimensionals, but because this whole layer is already up on dimensionals and somewhat thick, I did not want to risk making the card too thick to send in the mail. This can be sent in the mail. I have sent these. I just put an extra ounce on, and they seemed to travel just fine. So here you go. I hope you liked my video. I'd love to see if you make a shaker card and what stamp set you use. So if you make one, please share it, and I'd love to see it. So thank you, everybody. I'll see you next Monday night with Stampin' with Denise. Bye-bye.